Hi, everybody. My name is Stephen Mead with Domicile Real Estate for people who love houses. And this is our Southern California window shopping show. I love architecture. You love architecture, which is why you're watching. And this is where we kind of try to take you on a bit of a virtual tour, but add a little bit of extra information, what we know about the house, but also how much does it cost and what would we actually do to it. Some of you might have noticed that our price ranges tend to vary quite a bit week to week. If you've watched all of them, and there really is a method to the madness. We're trying to alternate between both finished off, picture perfect houses, which tend to also cost more, and then more affordable entry level properties that might actually need some work. So we're trying to alternate back and forth. And this week, we're doing another one of those entry level properties. But this one really is a big opportunity. And I think if you love vacationing in Palm Springs, if you've ever rented a house, a mid-century modern house out in Palm Springs, and you thought, how great would it be to live in a house like this all the time, especially if the weather wasn't so hot? Well, then this week is for you because we've actually found an entry-level property that I think has every bit of potential to be that crazy, awesome Palm Springs getaway, but you can actually live there year-round and be in a close commute to your job. So, without further ado, we're going to kind of go into this, and I'm really kind of happy to share that. So, at first, I'm going to show you the dream, right? And this is the dream, right? And this is an Airbnb house we have. It is a mid-century modern house designed by Mr. Kirsel, William Kirsel, who incidentally actually looks a lot like Colonel Sanders. Very prolific architect who designed a lot of homes that were built in Palm Springs, the San Fernando Valley, and then also in Orange County. And I just want to go over some of the features of what makes an awesome mid-century modern Palm Springs getaway. Well, you've got to have a pool, of course. You need lots of light. You need some cool desert plantings, maybe some AstroTurf, extra blocks. Decorative block helps. Of course, we have some cocktails here. Going inside the house, what do you need? Well, outside, you still need some desert landscaping. And inside, you need open beam ceilings and lots of light. So I'm going to take you over to a house that has all the potential and yet will not cost nearly as much as this home in Palm Springs. And that is 1321 North Gilbert Street. And I want you to kind of ignore the photography, which admittedly is not how I would choose to photograph this house. But I want to go over some specs here. So this house is almost 1,600 square feet. So it's a pretty decent size, 4 bedrooms. I'll talk about that in a second, 2 baths. And it's listed by Ben Gomez with Nationwide Real Estate Executives. Of course, we would love to represent you as a buyer. So I want to go over, this is obviously the front of the house. There doesn't seem to really be a lot to see, but one thing that's really cool is when you have an entry like this, it kind of gives you a little bit of a remove from the street courtyard entry. I think this is really a missed opportunity, and you could do something super cool with this. We actually saw this in kind of our Palm Springs dream house. Oh, and by the way, this home was also designed by William Kirsel. Same architect, built around the same period of time. Now, what you see here is kind of a unique element. This home actually has a really cool looking carport. I'll talk a little bit more about that and kind of the what would we do. There's obviously pluses and minuses to carport. Here is the front of the house, as you can see, and now we're going to make our way inside. And once you get past the very bright red carpeting, I want you to look at some of the details. We've got open beam ceilings here. We have this kind of cool shelf design here. You walk in with a lower ceiling and then it opens out. This is very much kind of a William Kirsel design element, and I think it's awesome that it is still here and present in this house. You've got a little bit of an addition space that we're going to show in a second. I don't think the dog comes with the house shown in the picture. But you've got these clear story windows. So this house has a lot of light coming in. We've got a kitchen back here. I think I might reconfigure that. What's cool is this is a traditional post and beam design. That actually means you have a fair amount of flexibility in rearranging some of the walls, the kind of flexibility you wouldn't otherwise have. This kitchen obviously looks like it was redone kind of the early 2000s. We've got the honey maple cabinets, the granite counters, the white appliances, and laundry in the kitchen. I really think it's due for a redo, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But kind of making our way through here, you've got full baths in this house. That's one. This is also a 4-bedroom. And I'm going to say something is that this bedroom is located near the living room. A lot of people will actually remove this bedroom to make the living room larger. Or they will combine 2 of the other bedrooms to make a larger primary bedroom. When you've got 4 bedrooms, that is absolutely an option. Going through some of these bedrooms, they all have vaulted ceilings like this. They all have good amounts of glass. We have a second bath there that has had some remodeling. I actually think this one is kind of salvageable. You can kind of do a quick refresh on it. And then this is that addition space. And I really think in this house, this is kind of some untapped potential. I think I might remove this pony wall here that connects it to the dining room. You've got, again, a beam ceiling, a fireplace, some curtains that maybe aren't ones that I would pick, but there's really an opportunity to do something with this space and make it cool. It's just not really we're not seeing the full potential. This is the backyard area. We have our pool area in this home. And I think, there's more concrete than I would like around here, but I think by removing some of that concrete, we could create some of those real entertaining spaces. The shape of the pool is actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. This is one of those houses. It's kind of like the puppy, right? That follows you home. I look at these houses and I always think of what they could be. And if you're a buyer, an entry-level buyer especially, right? Your price range is probably going to be under 800,000 or at least under 900,000. And you want something with character. I think a house like this really is an opportunity to make something amazing given the budget constraints that you have. So let's jump in. How much is it going to cost and what would we do to this house, right? How would we change this to make this better? So let's start off right here. What would we do? So first off, paint and flooring. This is easy. I think the exterior, the interior, fresh coat of paint, but most of all, this house needs a unified flooring that goes throughout. Sorry to fans of red carpet. It just doesn't work for me anymore. I think you have a lot of options in a house like this. Luxury vinyl plank is affordable. It's also very DIY friendly. You could go polished concrete on the slab. I've seen that look. It looks great in these houses. So you really have a lot of options. Second thing is, I think this landscaping needs a Palm Springs refresh. I think succulents, decomposed granite. I really think there's an opportunity to create both that cool front courtyard entry and in the backyard to create sort of that boutique Airbnb vibe, that kind of vacationing at home vibe. It's totally possible in this backyard, very underutilized. The kitchen, I'm not going to lie, this isn't going to be cheap or easy. I really think the only way out of this is to rethink the layout and go with an IKEA update. But I think when you do that, you will get every dollar back and then some in a house like this. The carport. The carport looks really cool, and I'm actually a fan of carports, especially in California. What I think this one needs is maybe some creative privacy screening and fencing along the back. I think if you're able to do that, I think you're really going to sort of up the utility and security of the carport, but still have that cool look where it's almost levitating. The roof is sort of levitating off the ground. It creates a very airy look. I think there's a way to have your cake and eat it too and not break the bank on this. Finally, we got laundry in the kitchen. That's a no. I think it needs to be moved out to the carport. That'll also let you expand that kitchen space and make it larger. Nobody has ever complained about having a kitchen that was too big. Definitely something worth doing on this house. And then finally, what is this house really missing? It's missing cool furniture. It's one of those things that can make a big difference in a mid-century modern house. People often overlook it. It's simple, it's easy, might not be the sexiest improvement you're thinking of, but really invest in cool furniture that is comfortable, functional, and stylish. So finally, we're going to talk about how much does it cost. And I think for those of you who are entry-level home buyers out there, this is really important. So we've actually, instead of doing our normal 10 and 20% down, for this house, we're doing 5% down and 10% down. So looking at 5%, which is about $36,000, we end up with a total payment of $3,923, including taxes, insurance, mortgage insurance, etc. But $1,200 of that, or nearly $1,200, is actually going to principal. Really, that's a great deal, I think, for anybody. If you're thinking of renting a house like this, don't do that. There are other options available to you and chances to build equity. At 10% down, the payment goes down a little bit. We end up here at 3,707 all in. Over $1,100 of that is principal, which is going to pay down that loan balance. That is equity back in your pocket. And looking here, we've got $2,732 for the mortgage payments, $720 in property taxes, $120 a month in insurance, and your mortgage insurance is about $135. This is again based on a 3% interest rate on the mortgage. And once again, thank you guys for watching. We love doing these. They're kind of a lot of fun. If you want to see this house, definitely hit us up. We'd love to represent you as a buyer, or if you'd like to know about more houses like this, we keep a curated list of all the great listings in Orange and Los Angeles counties, pretty much in all price ranges. So nothing is either too cheap or too expensive. Definitely hit us up. And if you know someone you think this would be an awesome house for, definitely share this video. Share it with them. Give them a chance to kind of see what's out there on the market and kind of take a little bit of a cool virtual tour. Anyhow, we will see you tomorrow if you're watching on our YouTube channel, where we are doing our first-time buyer entry-level market housing market update that is geared towards the entry level of the market. We will see you again real soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and questions or comments. As always, we love seeing your questions and comments. Don't be shy. We don't bite, and we'll see you again real soon.